Hello everybody, the Lawn Gnome is here, and it's a good game.
Yeah, Hollywood, you know I love you more than one I should. Yeah, Hollywood, well kiss me good. Yeah, Hollywood, you know I love you more than one.
Today is August 29th, 2014. Yesterday was August 28th, 2014. My birthday, and I celebrated it the way that I wanted to, by just getting together with some of my best guy friends and go and see the movie that the girls didn't want to see. So what did we go and see? A movie that I had mentioned so many times this past year because it was on its way. It took almost 10 years to finally get Robert Rodriguez and Frank Miller to give us this much-anticipated sequel, and of course I'm talking about the sequel to one of the most revered and original cult comic book classic films, Sin City. So we give you Sin City: A Dame to Kill For. I went in with expectations, expecting just as great a stylized, fun, exciting film in the world of pulp noir, and we got some great returning characters like Bruce Willis, Mickey Rourke, Rosario Dawson, and a lot of newcomers that I was really excited to see, like Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Jeremy Piven, and unfortunately, this movie did not live up to the hype. Oh, don't get me wrong, I was vastly entertained and really did enjoy the stories. I was really glad that they actually took some stuff right out of the comic books, especially one of the three stories, A Dame to Kill For, but also they brought in an original story as well, and that was actually the best story of the three, and of course it was because it starred one of my favorite actors, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who was probably one of the best performers. Some of the other ones that really stood out were Powers Booth, because he was constantly talked about in the original film, and this time we finally get a great full-on character development and performance from him. I also appreciated the small role time that Jeremy Piven and Ray Liotta had, and probably one of my favorites is that evil little damsel in distress, Eva Green. She has wowed me recently in movies like Dark Shadows and 300, Rise of an Empire, and she did not disappoint me in Sin City. It was fun, don't get me wrong, but the stories were just not as engaging. I think it was a little overly stylized, and it just didn't have that revolutionary original feel that the first one did. But it had some great moments. Mickey Rourke put on a great show as Marv, as always. Jessica Alba's character really changed in this one. Rosario Dawson was fun to watch. I thought that Josh Brolin was a great role as Dwight, and even though it was a character that was played by Clive Owen, there is a reason as to why a different actor took Clive Owen's place, but Josh Brolin was a great choice. And I think one of the biggest surprises in this movie was the fact that Lady Gaga showed up out of nowhere, and she gave me this brief, fun, Marissa Tomei-esque performance. And I won't deny that I thought that she was funny. I really think that she has some acting potential, and I would like to see what she could probably do in the future if she chooses to expand her film career. I definitely know that there could be a possibility for a third one down the line, because I really would not mind seeing them wrapping up all the stories in the graphic novels. You also have to be someone who has seen the first film, because there's a lot of stuff from the first film that is linked to the new three stories that you see in A Dame to Kill For, especially character-wise. There will be some faces that, if you haven't seen the first one, you won't understand, and you probably won't feel sympathy or excitement for these characters, but I would like to see them wrap it up, and even though this movie probably won't get as much money as the first one did, I still am glad that I saw it. Again, don't think it's great as the first one, but I did enjoy it. I would love to get it on DVD. I hope that they do what they did with the first one, which was do like a remix in which they split all the stories up and just show you the stories on their own, and I will give Sin City 2.5 out of 4. So that pretty much wraps up the summer, everybody. I'm really glad that I saw some movies that I really wanted to see this summer, even though the selection wasn't really great, but I'm looking forward to seeing what's coming out in the last 4 months of 2014, and stick around, guys. Actions speak louder than words.